Hi everybody, Carolyn Caldwell here from Caldwell Evolution with day 18 of how to get stuff done, and today is myth number 5. So today's myth has to do with procrastination, and the myth is that people who get things done, productive people, never procrastinate. Procrastination is a pretty difficult concept to unpack, but there's two pieces of it that I'd like to unpack for you that I'm hoping might be helpful in busting this particular myth. The first one is to think about the difference between delay and procrastination. All procrastination is delay, but not all delay is procrastination. There are some times when a delay is warranted and it doesn't involve procrastination. You may delay because you don't have the tools to get a thing done, a job done. You may not have the knowledge. You may need to do a little research to figure out what's the next first step. You may need some different people, or some more people, or some less people. You may need to wait for other conditions to be correct or appropriate for that thing to get done. Maybe some research needs to be finished. Maybe the weather needs to be different, etc., etc. So all of these things may be a delay and may not be procrastination. The other concept is that people who are productive tend to have more empathy for their future self. And with more empathy for their future selves, they're more likely to get things done because they understand how difficult it will be for their future self if they leave that thing, that task, that project to a later date. So there is an understanding that when we think of our future selves, we think of ourselves as a stranger. And if you have compassion and empathy for that stranger, then you don't want to do anything that's going to make that person's life consciously difficult. So when you delay something through procrastination, it may in fact make your life more difficult for the time that you actually need to get it done. You may not have enough time to do a good job. You may not have the tools at that particular point in time. You may not have the flexibility to pick a day when the weather is great to put up the fence or fix the backyard or do whatever it is that you need to do. So if you have compassion for your future self, then you'll understand that the sooner that you can get that thing done, the better off your future self will be, and the more time and attention they can spend focusing on something else. So I'm going to bust that myth. Productive people definitely do delay. They sometimes procrastinate, but usually they have more empathy for their future selves, and so they have a better understanding of what it would involve to get something done now and the benefit of getting it done as opposed to waiting for later. So I hope that's helpful, everybody, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Take care. Bye now.